One of the biggest statements that I've heard from several of them is, I'm going to be talking to him every day about the project. I'm like, no, don't do that. Do not call him every day. Pick a time in the week, discuss what's going on for that week, what's going on in the project, if there's any types of issues or anything that needs to get addressed, but do not call Sergio every day for updates. You're taking him away from what he's actually supposed to be doing on a day-to-day. Like, so, and they're like, really? I'm like, yes.
Yeah,
Unless you have a relationship like me, and then I could talk to you all the
you can
time
call
because
me
they're
any
shooting the shit.
yeah, call me anytime. Yeah, there's a client who calls me every day, every day.
Are they good?
They are. But you know what? That's what you pay me to do. People have anxiety.
Yeah, it's true.
And like you've been there. Like just because I'm not at the site or I don't pick up the call on the first ring doesn't mean things are not moving.
True.
How
True.
things even when there's nothing happening at the site themselves.
There's things getting planned to start to happen
Yeah.
again. I'm Stephen Husted, and you're listening to the Breakthrough Podcast, a space designed for clarity, curiosity, and the stories that move us. Here, we step away from the noise and into the moments that define us, the early influences, the hidden struggles, and the breakthroughs that reshape our lives. From personal reinvention to building a life through real estate and entrepreneurship, these conversations remind us that success isn't a straight line. It's a series of honest decisions, brave actions, and small shifts that change everything. This is where those stories live. Let's begin. What does it take to survive construction without burning bridges or losing your sanity? I sit down with Sergio Rodriguez, a seasoned general contractor and ADU builder who's completed dozens of projects across California. Sergio is known not just for building structures, but for how he handles people, stress, and chaos when things go sideways. We talk about what really happens behind the scenes, dealing with difficult clients, inspection delays, why communication beats speed, and how trust is built on job sites, not social media. Sergio shares hard-earned lessons on choosing contractors, navigating ADU regulations, and why enjoying who you work with can make or break a year-long project. If you've ever considered building, remodeling, investing, or just want an honest look at the construction world, this conversation pulls the curtain back. Let's get into it.
Dude, I think when I met you, you didn't like have a clue about Seattle. And then like you called me and you were like, I think I'm gonna go to Seattle. I think I'm gonna just buy a bunch of property. I was like, okay. Here you go.
We're just jumping right into this conversation.
Here you
I just
are.
pressed record. We're going for it. Let's do this.
You're part of that whole Seattle clique, man. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's funny when you get into the thick of it in the beginning. I've had those moments with other friends and colleagues. Like, I'll tell them, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm going this direction. And they're like, okay. And then,
I thought you were nuts, bro. I'll be honest with you because I'm kind of a control freak, and when it comes to like construction, and I was like, how are you gonna do it? How are you gonna build all these ADUs and all these lot splits and like you don't have your hands on construction, but you're doing it. You're doing it, bro. Congrats, man.
thanks. Thanks. Yeah, I think sometimes it's better to go into things kind of blindly and be a little bit nuts and delusional on
Yeah.
what you're trying to do. Does that
But
make sense?
well, see, you and I think we're kind of wired the same. We're kind of dreamers. We have a vision. Like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make it happen. And we just go for it blindly.
Yeah, I think that dreaming and visionary aspects of things, there's sometimes that I'll go for a big period of time dreaming or visualizing something before I pull the trigger. Because usually it's a thought, and then I'm kind of like putting the puzzle together before I execute. And then when my gut tells me, all right, I'm ready to do this, then I just go all in. But I don't go all in on something that I'm not really like locked in on or passionate about as well. Like I really, really, really want to be like, I know, okay, this is what I feel. My gut's telling me this and I'm going to go for it at this point. I mean, let's think about it. And when it comes to real estate, there's a million different things we could do. We could be doing syndications. We could doing fix and flips. We could do, the list goes on and on and on.
Rod.
Totally. Yeah. Here's a great example. When I first started out in Seattle, when I met Alicia on the Glen Hunan project, she wanted to go to coffee. She wanted to start investing, and we started talking about that. But then she brought up, hey, I want to build an apartment complex. I'm like, that's great. That's cool. Go for it. And I go, but I can't do that because that's not where my brain is right now. My brain is here in Seattle. This is what I'm doing. And if you want to fly out with me and you want to get on the ground and meet the team and see some of these in person, great. Let's go for it. But I'm not going to go chase that shiny object, because what happens is the more you chase other things, other strategies, you're just dropping the ball. You're doing 50% of 100% of what you should be putting your time and effort in. That's how I see it. And I've learned that. I've learned that the hard way too. I just want to be locked in.
What's next? Where are you with Seattle? Where do you see that whole portfolio in like 3 years?
Continuing to do exactly what we are currently doing, learning that process as we go, because there is a lot of moving parts to it. It's not as simple as a Instagram post telling you to go buy a house and that you're going to put this money and you're going to make $300,000 on the backyard doing this, doing an ADU or whatever, a dadu play. I think that it's capital. You need a lot of capital. I guess if you want to scale, you definitely do. There is things that people are doing. Like there's people in Seattle that, are doing 5% down owner occupied. So they are buying the house, they move into the house, they live in the house, and then they build out the backyard over time. I think that's fantastic. I think that's the greatest little scenario out there for people to do.
5% down.
Yeah, they're doing 5% down,
Not bad.
10% down. That's really cool. I think just doing more of what we are doing. And, I've passed on a couple deals recently because, the market, it's cooling down right now, but it's also that
Is
time
it?
of year. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. But it's also the colder months and it's dark and gray. Things kind of slow down, but interest rates are higher. Tech jobs with like AI and all that kind of taking away jobs, and people are fearful. So, markets, they change. That's the thing about real estate.
I know, man.
It's never the same.
It's so like you're talking about investing, like even on the rental side of things. For me, I lost a renter in Napa in November, and I was like, dang it, man. Why in November, dude? And
Hmm.
one in Richmond. And when I first leased them out, I mean, I leased them in a week, found renters in a week, but that was in the summer. And now it's like I'm having a hard time finding a renter.
Right.
But
Timing.
everybody's just timing. It just sucks to get a vacancy in December, Thanksgiving, December. No one wants to leave. Like they're gonna leave like around. People are gonna start looking like Super Bowl time. Like after.
Correct.
So that's what I'm up against right now. I gotta fill in my vacancies.
Yeah. And also in these colder months, November, December, typically from what I've experienced is the tenants you end up placing are usually not the best tenants during that time period as
That's a
well.
really good point. That's a really good point. One of my buddies who owns a ton of buildings here in Silicon Valley, he was like, just wait, just wait. We have vacancies too. We're not going to fill them until after January. So it's just that. That's a good point though, dude. I'm just going to just chill.
It is. Well, and also it really depends if you're in an A, B neighborhood, that you're not too worried about, because leaving properties vacant, unless you have somebody checking on the property time to time, you open yourself up to all kinds of different things, squatters,
Yeah,
break-ins.
yeah.
And I can tell you firsthand, like we've had a property that we put on the market. And I talked about this yesterday on another podcast. So we had tenants moved out. And then the property manager came back to us and they said, we want to put it on the market for this rent. And I was like, look, that seems really high. And so I did my own analysis and I came in $100 less. Well, the property sat for 187 days and we were just chasing the market down. Mind you, the tenant that had moved out, which was amazing, we had on the market for $12.50. Okay. $12.50.
Where's
They're up at
this?
like 1,500. This is Kansas City.
Okay.
Okay. So we start chasing that market down. We start giving incentives like, half off first month rent, all these different things. We just secured a tenant. Guess when they're moving in? December 29th. And it's a husband and wife with 4 kids in a 3-bedroom. There you go. And I'm all for housing people, but I'm just saying like that, and we ended up at $12.95 on rent. So we only got $45 more. We're not even going to get rent. We're not even going to get our first deposit until February, because now the property management, they'll place the tenants, they get the first month, right? So then we don't even get to
As the
pay.
fee.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, but you know what though? That you're gonna have them for a while.
I am all for keeping tenants in. If they're good tenants, we don't even raise the rents.
You get it high up front, and then you don't give them rent increases for like 2, 3 years,
Yeah, yeah,
and you
yeah.
just you're still or yeah, because
Every
my
situation's different, but here's the thing. Why am I going to take a risk for $100
no,
to
it's
get
not worth it.
somebody move out that was a good tenant? Because the property management's telling me that I should do this, like, because they don't care. I mean,
As long as you're in that market range, though,
yeah,
$200 cheaper here or there, you're fine. My sister actually told me when I first started investing, she's been a real estate investor for a long time. She was like, cheaper or a little bit below market, but long term is better.
it is.
Renting it out at the highest, and then you got turnovers, and then you keep giving them rent increases. Like, no, like go in, be reasonable, and then trust me, if they stay 5 years, that's where it's at. She's got renters where they haven't moved out in the decade.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
yeah. Because the minute they do move out, you're doing repairs,
Mm-hmm.
you're painting,
Mm-hmm.
you're then doing advertising. If you're not self-managing, you got a property management. They're taking
Vacancy
that
law,
month. You maybe got a month of vacancy, maybe 2 months, maybe
maybe
3, depending on where these properties are located. And then on top of that, you could go through. So that one I was just telling you about, the property management people that came by and were showing the property showed up, and the front doors kicked in, and there's squatters in there. So they got the squatters out, which was, that's a 50-50 chance. Some people can just stay in there. They get them out, and then they send me another email going, "Hey, I know when we took photos, you guys had washer and dryer and a refrigerator in here. Did you guys take them out?" I'm like, "No, we did not take them out." I swear, you know what I'm going to do? We have this duplex in Kansas City, a really big detached garage, and it's got some extra space. I'm literally going to build a storage unit, my own storage unit, so that I can pull appliances out of properties when they sit vacant.
yeah. How's the market out there?
It's slow too. It's
Slow.
slowed down. Yeah. It's slowing down. And you can tell because, especially in these investor groups on Facebook, you can tell when you hear like how the wholesalers are talking. And then you see comments like, "Hey, you got this property under contract, but it doesn't pencil out. Like, you got to go back to the seller." So these wholesalers, they're getting, some of them, not all, but some of them are just getting these properties under contract, but they're not running their numbers, because at the end of the day, the seller could want what they want, and that wholesaler wants to make some margin on it. But at the end of the day, the investor is going to underwrite it. And if they can't put the deal
Yeah.
together, you
It,
don't got a deal.
you don't got a deal.
And then you're just wasting time with the seller. So I see a lot of that on Facebook comments and stuff.
So
So
compared to like 2021, 2020, let's say like a nice high-end home in Kansas City, how much was it selling for?
it just really depends. I mean, you can be from 500,000 up to 1 million. It just really
Okay.
depends.
Yeah.
Location.
I just want to see how much homes dropped off, because if you see the data,
Mm.
like it's so funny, man, how crazy. I don't want to get political, but it's crazy. I just remember vividly, like during COVID, Fox News was like, California's going to the dump, like homeless, and San Francisco, and everyone's leaving San Francisco. But no one's talking about what's happened with the real estate market in Florida and Texas. Like, you know how much homes dropped off? Imagine leaving California, you sold your house here, you bought a house for 600,000 in Florida. That house is worth like in the 400s now.
Hmm. Yeah. They've had some steep drops in those locations. I've seen that too.
Do they go back up? Sure. What I'm trying to get at is, Do you agree that California is the last to get hit and the first to come back up?
I think it depends. It really depends on the market and the location and where you're at. I mean, prime example, look at Palo Alto during the
That's it.
crap. It didn't do anything.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Nothing happened. So it really
I mean, it
depends.
does
It
pop
depends where
off.
you're at.
It does a little bit, but really, it's just yeah, it just comes right back up. Los Altos, you
But if you
know.
see a 20% drop in, let's say, like Willow Glen, I mean, come on, it flew off
That's
the handle. I mean,
that's crazy. Yeah, no,
it's
no.
crazy, but it's still, the market's still high.
I want to understand, like, how is it that, and I think we know, right? It's AI, tech, it's the industry, but the whole US took a dip, but in the Bay Area, I just don't see it. Like, homes took a little bit, yeah, for sure, compared to COVID times. Homes did get cheaper, but for the most part, not by a lot, man. Not by a lot.
Yeah, it really depends on the asset class too. Because remember that condo that I had on the market that they typically fly off the handle? That one took a long time to sell. We had to do a pretty big price reduction too.
That little condo, the condo industry, I think I heard is not doing great. I don't
No,
know.
no. Well, higher interest rates, and that's the barrier entry for that type of buyer. They're a little bit more price sensitive um, on like mortgage payments too. But interesting enough, once we did do that price reduction, who bought it was, a dad for his son who had plenty of money. You know what I mean? So kind of how did 2025 shape up for you?
Business wise,
Yeah.
very good. Yeah, we had a strong year. Business is up 25% for us this year. Next year, it'll probably another 25%.
Am I getting a 25% cut of that too for all
Yeah.
those?
And I know all my referral.
I'm, the,
I mean,
I'm like your refer.
you're like a referral though. I mean, you've done two projects together and they both done well. They both sold well, you know.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah, thanks, man. Anytime a client asks for referrals, I always add you because you actually take the time to talk to people. I have a lot, dude. I have a laundry list of clients that will refer me, no problem. But they're busy, like, oh, I forgot to call them back or whatever. I know for you, you'll do it with joy.
Yeah, I love hearing homeowners talk about what they think they're going to get themselves into is
They're-
hilarious sometimes, but
yeah,
it's
they
great.
have clue. And we try to coach our clients. We try to prepare them to get ready, especially if it's an ADU, it's different because it's in their backyard. Their lives are not being interfered with in their home. So it's different. But when they're building a house or they're remodeling their house and they have to move out, all I have to say is this. If anyone's watching this, take advice, please, from what I'm about to tell you. If you have marital problems and you want to do a remodel and you have severe marital problems, do not do the remodel. We have two projects right now where the couple, the clients, they clearly have. Look, there's no perfect marriage.
Sure.
You have a marriage. I have. Everybody has their thing, right? But for the most part, I'm pretty happy with my marriage, and I can see you too. These people clearly have severe issues and they went straight into this remodel. They had no clue what they're getting themselves into. And it puts us in a really bad place because I'm having to play family therapist and they're literally biting each other's heads off in front of us. It puts us in a weird place. The project stops. They're fighting. I'm a punching bag. It's a mess.
Hmm.
I think people don't realize how stressful remodeling is. It's very stressful, man. There's so
It
many
is.
unknowns. You open up walls and there's dry rot. Your floor sags from 2 inches from one end to the other. There's change orders up the you know what, and then people are not ready for it. And if you have already issues in your marriage, all those things, it just amplifies everything. This year was interesting because we had a few projects where we've had to play therapist. I actually sat a couple down and was like, you guys need help. Do you need
Wow,
help?
that's crazy because you're the contractor.
That like you guys need help. And I love to give advice. I like to read. I live my life and my marriage off principles that I learned from my parents and things that work for me. And so I was like, hey man, like how can I help you? Like you guys need a break. Like this is too much. Those are not the clients that we really want.
How long were you working on that project with them?
A year. A
Oh my
year, man.
gosh.
A year. And it's crazy because on both cases, on both clients, they'll be stable and then Armageddon. And then stable and then Armageddon. And like that. Like literally, it could be anything. So we don't know where we stand. And it's just, it's not good for any builder. I think if GC sees this, I'm sure they'll be like, yeah, I have my share as well. So yeah, this year's been interesting. We've had some interesting clients, but for the most part, we had a great year.
How many
We kicked
ADUs did you build?
this year, probably like half bad, man, like 40. I had to be like 30, 40,
What are the
35.
biggest changes you saw on building in the last year on ADUs? Like, what are the things that are changing? What are things that homeowners or investors need to look out for?
They're allowing gas now. That's new. Gas is allowed. So we started building ADUs with gas water heaters, which is cool.
Okay,
Uh,
cool.
PG&E, I think, is doing a little bit better on processing upgrades, which is cool. But yeah, though, the gas thing for sure is a relief because now you get a nice water heater. These hybrid water heaters they're okay.
Mhm.
They work, but not like a good gas water heater. I don't think the city has sped up their process at all. I think they're still slow.
All of them? Which one's the worst?
San Jose, 100% is the
San Jose is the
worst.
worst.
San Jose is the worst. The worst. Dude, inspections, 3, 4 weeks out. 3, 4 weeks. I had a project. We had to check every day for cancellations. Checking, checking, checking. And I would snag one. Like there'll be an opening and in like in 10 minutes it's gone. But yeah, man, I had a project where a client couldn't get any work done for like 2, 3 weeks.
And fingers crossed, you don't get any corrections. Damn, you'd be screwed.
No, but we take the time to like really go through everything, make sure it's done. And yeah, we would pass. And the inspectors were cool too. They were like, hey, it's little things. I'm gonna let you slide because our lead time, I don't, just take a picture and just send it to me.
Mm,
So that's cool. I mean, come on, man, 3 weeks, but they're short staffed.
I was gonna say, yeah. How do they fill that void?
I have no idea. There's a lack of talent out there for inspectors. Unfortunately, a lot of the inspectors are former GCs.
Oh yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to get. I think a lot of cities are struggling to find inspectors. And a lot of the young guys don't know what they're doing. So they're looking for experienced people. There's only a few. There's not that much.
And to be really, clear on some things on like direction on that is it does take a long time, but I'd rather have things getting looked at correctly. There's some states that are so bad and that ends up giving you a bad product.
Inspectors save the client and they save the GC.
Yeah.
Everybody. I am not of the mindset like a lot of GCs have, like me against you. The inspectors are enemy. We're going up against them. No, like you want them to, they're protecting you. And then if you pass, guess what? That's your insurance right there. Hey, look, we passed inspections. Like it's good for everybody. So there's a lack of inspectors out there for sure. But yeah, things are one of the also things we did this year is we're not all about speed anymore. I think in 2021 and 2022, we were busting out ADUs like 3, 4 months, boom, boom. And it just we were on the roll. This year, I think I wanted to kind of change that because it's not all about speed. I don't think it changes the customer's experience, whether you take 3 months or 5 months. I don't think so. I don't think it moves the needle. I wanted to just kind of go a little bit more steady, but I want to kind of level up. We never had a complaint about quality. They'll probably say, hey, they took a little bit too long, or maybe something got missed if they're going to complain. But you're never going to hear Integrum's quality is crap.
Shit happens, but I think the one thing that you got going for you too is whenever there has been something that's come up, you address it, you get it done. Whatever that is.
Whatever that is.
you know, and that's cool. And that's That's where it's at, because nothing's perfect.
Yeah, I had a client. She's in real estate. She's a great client. Very demanding. She knew what she wanted. She's really holds you to it, and it came out beautiful. I mean, the remodel's amazing. But she told me at the end when we had our like last walkthrough, she said, "You know what I learned from this whole process? When I was shopping GCs, I was looking for someone who was going to give me the best product. And I believe that you did, but I would tell people not to look for that necessarily. Look for someone who's going to do right by you because things happen." And I said, "You nailed it. Amen, sister. That's
Hmm.
it." Because trust me, I worked for a high-end GC. I did. I know what fine, elevated, museum-like homes look like. And things happen in those too. There things are gonna happen. It's construction, and homeowners don't realize that.
Yeah.
They're it. Too much social media, too much BSGCs on Instagram. It makes me sick. Like so fake. We're gonna do this and we're gonna do, and then they're just like so overhyped, and it's like this is such BS. Like I bet you they have problems. Like I don't buy that. But yeah, no, she nailed it. She said, find someone that's going to do right by you because things are gonna happen, and that's it.
Was she the Willow Glen client?
Mhm.
Yeah.
As I'll tell you, there was when I was building my property here, I'm in my office right now. There's like two other builds around the corner. And the couple came and they were like, "Man, we love looking at this house. Like, your house is like beautiful and blah, 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 blah." And I was like, "Thank you." I gave them a tour and they said, "I wish we found you because we're in the process of building, as you can see." And the client, the RGC just
Wow.
cussed us out over some change order disputes. He said "F you" and called us some names and he hung up. And dude, if you go to that job site, they have a, I'm not gonna say any names. They're a reputable GC. I've seen their signs. They have a lot of projects and their Instagram is lit. And I can't believe that that's happening. I would never.
There's two sides. Who knows? It could be the
There's
clients.
two sides, but I would never, dude, trust me. I just finished telling you about this couple that is a nightmare. Like they have issues and they have verbally attacked me as well.
Oh,
But
the ones with the marital
oh yeah,
conflict.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause
Okay.
it's everything's my fault because they have issues. So they're looking for it's just a cluster. They always apologize afterwards too because they
They
know
do.
that. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Stop right now. It's just like it's okay, bro. We'll get through it. And their house is done. It's a beautiful house, and they're happy. But the point is, even in that scenario, that doesn't even register in my brain, dude. To like cuss them out. Like what I do in that scenario, and I said, "Look, we're not getting anywhere. You're getting a little too hot. Let's talk tomorrow. Okay? We'll talk tomorrow." And that's it. I've never thought about cussing out my clients. I don't see you doing that, bro. Like to
No, I wouldn't cuss out my client, but my point is like you really don't know if that's really what was actually said. Like who knows? They could be the ones that are penny pinching the contractor, making them try to do a bunch of work that wasn't in the proposal and then blaming them when they don't do it. So
yeah,
let's like,
no,
you know what I
that
mean?
that
We've
that
been
is
there
true.
too.
Been there. I've been there. I've been there. And I paid for it.
That's like when the potential clients have called me. I remember one of the biggest well, not questions, but the statements that I've heard from several of them is, "I'm going to be talking to him every day about the project." I'm like, "No, don't do that. Do not call him every day. Pick a time in the week, discuss what's going on for that week, what's going on in the project, if there's any types of issues or anything that needs to get addressed, but do not call Sergio every day for updates. You're taking him away from what he's actually supposed to be doing on a day to day." Like, so, and they're like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah,
Unless you have a relationship like me, and then I could talk to you all the
you can
time
call
because
me
I've
any.
seen the shit.
Yeah, call me anytime. Yeah, there's a client who calls me every day, every day.
Are they good?
They are. But you know what? That's what you pay me to do. People have anxiety.
Yeah, it's true.
And like you've been there. Like just because I'm not at the site or I don't pick up the call on the first ring, doesn't mean things are not moving.
True.
You know how
True.
things, even when there's nothing happening at the site themselves,
There's things getting planned to start tapping
yeah,
again.
the tile is getting his, we're waiting for the waterproofer, the stone's getting fabricated outside, cabinets are being built. People think empty job site is bad. Like, no, there's times where we're not going to be there. But
So let me ask you a question. So on that aspect, because I brought this up to like Alicia and I talked to this to investors that I coach, I tell them, hey, look, if you're not getting any communication, you're going a month and there's really nothing moving and you're having some bigger issue, you do have a problem. You probably do need to get another contractor. But how do you communicate those if somebody comes to you thinking that you have some downtime? Like it's all about communication. Would you agree? And how you just communicate with the client, what's going on?
50% of
Hmm.
everything. Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Because some people just don't know what they don't know. And if they don't see you there, especially because they got cameras these days.
Yeah, they're out. Like, just like, dude, I've never walked out on a client. Never. Never, dude. Dude, I had a client who owed me $200,000 and refused to pay me because she had like some issues. This is when I first started. This is 2019. My lawyer was like, dude, why didn't you get off the job? Why didn't you finish the job? I was like, because I'm supposed to finish the job. My point is, I'll never walk out on a client. Like, that payment issues are an issue and we would resolve it, but it's not in my nature to just leave people hanging like that. And that's what some contractors do, though. And hey, to each their own. Like, if we don't get payment within 7 days, we'll get off the job site. And most contracts say that, actually.
I got a question for you, and this is kind of a crazy one to ask you as a contractor, but what does a homeowner or investor, what are things that a homeowner and investor should look for in a contractor? Not just about, I'm not talking because
Not the
some people
whole
go for price, they go for price
low
and they're like,
fruit
do it,
stuff.
that doesn't
Yeah.
always equate to a good scenario.
Yeah. Low hanging fruit stuff, of course. Make sure they're licensed. Make sure they're insured. Make sure they have workers' comp. Look online. Okay. Look online. Online is going to tell you if they have disciplinary action on their license. And it'll tell you if they have workers' comp. If they're a general contractor and they don't have workers' comp, run the other way. Because that
Mm-hmm.
means they're, and they still, and no one subs out 100% of everything. That's like, no, you need workers' comp. Okay. I would say, but beyond the low hanging fruit stuff, hire someone that you like.
That is one of the
Hire,
biggest ones.
hire someone that you enjoy talking to. Like, meet them, have coffee with them, meet them at the house, have coffee with them. Hey, tell me about your family. You have kids? You're going to be dealing with this person for a year, dude, and
Yeah.
probably beyond. Because if things are going to happen, is he going to come back? Get to know him, get to know her. There's a women GCs too. And if you like, are they pleasant to deal with? Are they pleasant to deal with? Are they honest? Do you get a good gut feeling that they're telling you the truth, that they're not overselling you, right? Go to the job sites. I would say go to their job sites. Go visit a site. If it's not finished, fine. Go to a rough-in job. Go see their site. Go see how clean the site is. Don't expect it all hella clean because it's a job site. I've been on some job sites that are like holy moly, dude. Like beer, like all that. That's not good. But really, like, talk to referrals for sure. But I would say, yeah, man, you're dating that person. You're gonna be in that person's life. They're gonna be in your life for a year. So why not work with someone that you actually enjoy? And here's the thing: if they're a jerk and you haven't given them any money, imagine when you start giving them money.
Hmm. Yeah.
Slow to respond, and you haven't given them any money yet. When you give them $500,000, they're gonna be like, "Screw you! I'll get to you when I get to you." So quick to respond. Hire someone that you enjoy, that you're pleasant. And if you haven't found that, then don't hire any of them. Hire us.
Well, this funny the thing, you know what I ask the people that call me that you refer, where they're start talking and they're asking about something about overcharges, like does he overcharge and doing the project? I'm like, look, usually the people that are blowing the budget, it's the homeowner or the investor, typically, or there's something that happens within that project that it's unforeseen, and they got to bring it to you, and you got to make a decision because it's your property, it's your investment. That one. But I also asked them too, like, how do you like Sergio so far? Like personality wise, and they're like, "Hey, yeah," and that's what I'm talking. I'm like, I go, that's huge for me. It's one of my biggest parts. I want them to be good at what they do. But if I'm going to be talking to that person, that contractor, the handyman, architect, I really want to enjoy talking to them on the phone and could go have coffee or have a meal. Like I have my Sergio in Seattle. Roman is like, we get together. When I show up there, we're getting coffee. We go to dinner,
Yeah,
shoot the shit. You
we can
know,
talk about anything, dude. We don't even
yeah,
talk about work. Sometimes we're talking about religion, health, going
true.
sober. And a lot of my clients become my friends. A lot of my clients become my friends. Like there's a lot of clients that are like, hey, you're free. Let's go have a drink. Let's go have coffee, whatever. Like all the time. In fact, I ran into one of my clients with my girls, with my family last Thursday. We had Italian food, and he yelled my name, and I turned around, and it was him. And I took care of his tab, and he was super grateful. Like I always do that when I run into my clients at restaurants. I always take care of the tab.
Yeah, that's cool.
He was super grateful. He was with an investor
Mm.
at his investor buddy, and he was like, dude, it's like the stars aligned because he's thinking about adding ADUs. And I'm even doing that with my subcontractors, bro. We set a thing with the company. Like if the subcontractor and us, if we're not vibing, they're out. I enjoy working with, man. Life is too short to be dealing with people that are just arrogant and rude and disrespectful. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to me.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, because it will just, especially if it's a long process, you're gonna you're gonna feel just bummed out every time you have to get around that individual for whatever reason. It's like, oh God, it's draining. It just
It
can drain on you.
it is. It
Yeah.
is.
What did you see trend wise for 2025 that really was kind of coming to the forefront? Like what were you seeing in builds from designers and things that you guys were doing? But I can tell you one thing right now. I tell you two things right now that I saw on a lot of the projects. I love the cabinet maker gentleman.
Vlad,
Yeah,
he's the best, man.
dude, he does
Vlad,
badass. Dude, his
Vlad's the
shit is badass.
Vlad's the best. Vlad is
He's passionate too.
he's like exact to the
Dude,
and if something's off by half an inch, quarter of an inch, he'll call me. Hey, this is off. We need to throw out the wall. And it's like, dude, it's fine.
what's the name of his cabinet company? What is it again?
Called well done.
Well done.
Shout
Yeah.
out to man. You guys are the
He's
best.
Dude, he's badass.
Yeah,
He's
yeah. We're doing a
badass.
beautiful house in Sunnyvale. Beautiful. And I can't wait to see those cabinets.
What are you seeing? What trends were kind of popping on 2025?
Trends, more plaster, more lime wash. That's coming out. That's becoming more and more requested.
Like what we did at Glenuna?
Yeah, that's getting more hype. Like people are doing a lot more neutral now, off whites. No one's doing like crisp white cabinets and stuff. Like, unless it's rental, like people are not doing white cabinets anymore. They're going like off white, like Glenuna.
Mm-hmm.
That kitchen's gonna look nice for 10 years.
Easily. Yeah.
Easily.
And then you can adjust it just by some paint and hardware and it's back to a different look.
Yeah. Like no gray floors, no gray cabinets. Like I'm not seeing that.
What type of cabinets? You know what we're doing in Seattle? Most of them are, we're turning them into rentals, but we're also going with that thinner shaker look.
Oh yeah, the
The
thin
trim.
shake. That's
Mm.
cool. That's gonna last long though.
It won't.
I don't think so. I think a lot of things die out fast.
Yeah, but I think that one, it's like, even if it went out, it would be okay because it's not like it's not like some backsplashes that were back in like early 2004, like the little
Yeah,
recycled glass ones
yeah,
that came
yeah.
out.
I'm seeing a lot of travertine now. People are requesting travertine a lot, which was out for a long time. But dude, natural products don't go out of style, bro. It's just how you put them together.
Mhm.
Like travertine's a beautiful stone, but people stayed away from it for a long time because
Yeah.
it's too big, too creamy.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, it's coming back. Silver vein cut. It's beautiful.
Mm, that's good. What do you got in the pipeline for this 2026 so far?
Oh man.
Did you finish the Campbell, the ADUs?
Almost waiting for PG&E.
You had some drama on
Project,
that one, right?
that
Something happened?
project. No, no, that project, PG&E is taking forever. But the underground systems that we put in that was a whole infrastructure, like new transformers, everything. Like that was a big electrical project.
How many units were on that site?
17.
17?
Mhm.
But didn't
Yeah.
something get broken into?
Oh yeah, homeless people were breaking into the
Oh, I thought
80s. Yeah,
somebody stole like all the copper or something crazy
they
out
did.
of. They
That's
did?
right. Ripped that
Okay.
all. Yeah, they ripped out my Romex. But yeah, that was a nice project. But we're pretty much done. We're just waiting for PG&E. They're doing the landscaping there. I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to
Dude,
see it land.
there's one over by my house, right?
What
There's
is it?
this section. It's an apartment complex. So it's basically like, I'll give you a visual. It's one apartment complex here, one here, right? Then in the middle is the parking to go to the back. They have carports, right? But dude,
Hmm.
it's got this huge chunk of land and there's a pool. It must be 14, 20,000 square feet, I would say. Just sitting there, dude. Just sitting there.
Why don't you approach them and ask them to add ADUs?
It'd be the perfect spot. I don't know. It's
Send
so much
that.
wasted land.
Send me the address.
Yeah, I will. It's in Willow Glen, border
Little,
Campbell, I guess. So
little reach.
send them a no, send them a letter and just show them what you did at the Union apartment complex, what you did there. Just go,
Yeah,
hey, I don't know if you're interested. You got some land. I know that you do. And hey, come
yeah.
check out this project. And
That's what my buddy does. My buddies over there at LTM. That's what they do. They do like a feasibility study, and they'll send out like an email or a letter.
oh yeah, yeah, that's perfect.
We did this for you for free. Like this is what you do, and I think it's working out for them.
Well, if you can take that friction out of the equation for a homeowner or investor, whatever the case may be, and they just see numbers and like, hey, this is possible, you're halfway there. Now it's
Yeah,
just executing, getting financing and
yeah,
hiring a GC and,
yeah,
figuring out that. But they just did that up. That's smart. That's a great
yeah.
idea too.
Yeah. No, no, it works. It works.
Who did that?
The architect?
Who did the report and sent the feasibility over to the
Oh,
owner?
oh, you do know Brian. I introduced you to Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian.
Okay. Let's work on that one. We should,
Dude,
dude.
that would be great,
It's
dude.
so crazy.
That would-
There's so much land in the back. And but here's the thing. Just because you can build, like, as long as you're not taking away parking, I know they're doing ADUs and carports now in like LA and literally taking away people's parking. Yeah, in Koreatown, like they don't even have parking, and these older people are in these apartment
no,
complexes, and they're like,
not right.
"Where am I gonna? I'm gonna walk 4 blocks to get to my
Nah,
apartment now." And dude, so by the way, we're not doing that in Seattle as well. Like we've bought some properties that are close to transit, which requires no parking. Still put parking in.
really.
Oh yeah. I mean, who like sometimes we'll build. They'll say, "Hey, you can just do a one-car garage." I'm like, "Do I have a open parking spot?" Like, where are these people? Who has just one car? I mean, I don't know anybody that just has one car in the family. I just don't know. And so I think it's all great that you should be by transit and there should be some incentives to build housing by transit.
Hmm.
But I don't know about the whole taking away parking scenarios. I don't think that's going to play out. Seattle's kind of a different type market for certain things. Like their garages are detached, right, off alleys, and their garages, most of them are just falling apart. So they're not even using them. They're parking, you know, in the alley or they're parking in front of the house. Like
Yeah,
it's pretty
yeah.
common. And their basements are their storage, so to speak.
I would say for 2026, shoot, we probably have like 50 projects.
That's good.
Yeah,
You're gonna be busy.
we'll be busy.
I'm
Yeah,
still looking for ours.
let's do it.
I was just kind of bummed I didn't get that one in the beginning of the year. I swear that one stung.
Which one was?
Remember that old like 100-year-old home we went and looked at over in the Rose Garden area?
Yeah, 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 I
Yeah,
did.
that was cool. Well, no, it was not cool. Awesome. Well, I wish you a great year.
Thank you,
I
man. Like,
know that I already know we're probably going to be doing some things. Well, we have the other project for
hopefully,
yeah.
we'll see. We'll see.
We're channeling it right now. We're working on that one. That should happen. I think that one's going to happen.
You know what's so weird? We became like a Willow Glen GC. We've done a lot. I'm doing another one on Daniels Street, Daniels Avenue. But like Willow Glen, I've done a lot of projects in Willow Glen. You were the first one.
Really? We were the first one?
That one, dude, we moved in.
Yeah, it's good. It's cool. It's a good place to be too. Cool houses.
Homeowners have a bad rep. I don't know why.
The
I've
who?
the residents of Willow Glen, they have a bad rep.
Mm.
Many told me like, oh, they're stuck up or they think they're in Palo Alto. That I've heard that from multiple people, but I've told that's not true. I don't think that's true at all. I've had nothing but great experiences with people from Willow Glen.
There's shitty and rude people all over. It doesn't
Yeah,
care
dude.
fucking where about. It's
It's like,
everywhere. You
what
got
we
good people, you
like,
got
dude.
bad people.
I don't understand that. Like
That's
that's
so
just
dumb. Yeah. By the way, you're officially my first repeat podcast guest.
nice. It's a pleasure.
Yeah. Is that crazy?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I
Good to
didn't
be a
want to
part.
tell you that in the beginning. So hopefully this episode came out good because I'm hearing some type of delay with you during this. I'm not stopping. We're just going to keep going.
No, I don't hear it. I don't hear the delay because usually I can hear the delay.
Oh, really? Okay,
Mhm.
good. Well, hopefully that's one thing I've learned over. So we're 66 episodes in.
Nice.
There's some times when there's technical difficulties or maybe somebody said something, they're like, and I go, hey, don't worry about it. Like, if you need to get up, you got a dog barking, we're going to edit it out. Like, it's all good. Like, I used to freak out on that in the beginning, but it's like, not anymore.
Right
Yeah.
on, man. Thanks for having me.
Right on, dude. I'll talk to you soon. Have a good rest of your day.
All right, man.
See ya.
Peace.
Bye. Thank you for tuning into our show, where we hope you found inspiration and gained valuable insights. If you enjoyed this conversation and want to stay updated on our latest episodes, be sure to subscribe to our podcast and share it with others who might benefit from it. We appreciate your support and look forward to bringing you more candid conversations and breakthrough moments in the future. Until next time, take care and keep exploring new ideas and strategies.